Ladies and gentlemen, the following podcast is set for one episode. Your host from Columbus, Ohio, is Michael Kirk. Welcome to the Outlaw Mudcast. Hello and welcome to the Outlaw Mudcast, your digital audio dirt sheet for all things Supershow. Top story this week, virtual Grand Gathering news. We have a tentative schedule for virtual Grand Gathering. Things like the start times haven't been set in stone, but here is roughly what's going to happen. This is going to be Memorial Day weekend, end of May, May 22nd through May 25th, Thursday through Sunday. Thursday we will have a Boss Roddy beatdown. It will likely start at night, no idea what time. Friday will be the Supershow Cup. Again, also likely starting at night, no start time yet. Saturday, there will be a Creative Competitor Tournament, likely starting sometime during the day, no idea when. Sunday, there will be some sort of tournament during the day, not sure when, not sure what it will be. The Supershow players are going to have an opportunity to choose what the Sunday tournament will be. No idea when that choice will be made. No idea if we can choose anything or if there'll be a list of choices we can pick from. But that is roughly what's going to happen at Virtual Grand Gathering, May 22nd through May 25th, Memorial Day weekend. Now, cost. Per Steve Resk on the last episode of Talk of the Universe, it's going to cost around $7 for entry into all four events. I'm assuming that's $7 total, not $7 per event. Players participating in Virtual Grand Gathering will receive 6 promo cards. From what I understand, these are the cards where if one of your skills is greater than another skill, you'll draw cards. It's that line, you'll get every card in that line. There will also be a number of prizes awarded to winners. I'm assuming people who place high but didn't win. One of the prizes that has been announced, not sure for what event, is a Pops the Crowd spectacle card signed by Sting. That's pretty much the new information we have about Virtual Grand Gathering. I mentioned this previously. The Supershow Cup taking place Friday, likely Friday night. We'll have a draft component. Your spot in the draft will be affected by whether or not you have purchased your ticket for the Grand Gathering in September. Other details about the draft have not yet been released. I imagine we'll start hearing about those over the next few weeks because obviously it's May 4th as I'm recording this. Virtual Grand Gathering is less than 3 weeks away. We have a couple of confirmed championship matches for Virtual Grand Gathering weekend, one of which I've talked about previously. The Military Games, hosted by the general manager of the Veterans Championship, Brian Schmidt, will take place Saturday morning, 10 a.m. It will be a birdcage match, and the winner will walk out the LFF Veterans Champion. We also know Saturday night, 8:30 p.m., the LFF Tag Team Championship will be defended. Those are the 2 championship matches that have been announced so far for Virtual Grand Gathering weekend. Every LFF championship is supposed to be defended either that weekend or the days leading up to it. I believe officially the time period is going to be the Sunday before, so May 18th, up to May 25th. So from Sunday to Sunday, the last Sunday being the end of Virtual Grand Gathering. These matches will be streamed, more than likely on the SRG Universe Twitch channel. The top cuts for all the Virtual Grand Gathering tournaments will also be streamed, likely on the SRG Universe Twitch channel. So if you can't participate, but you want to see what's going on, that's going to be a place where you can watch the Virtual Grand Gathering tournaments. On a related note, the next Project Spider update to determine what competitors will be in the World Division, the Underworld Division, if there are any other changes to divisions. That will happen June 1st. June 1st, Sunday night, as part of Sunday Night Fights, the Project Spider Committee will come on and announce the changes to the divisions. They will stop looking at match results after Monday, May 26th. So everything that happens at Virtual Grand Gathering will be part of the determination for changes to the divisions. Anything that happens Monday Night Fights after Virtual Grand Gathering will be part of that. And then that will be the cutoff. Thursday Night Fights that week will not count toward it. Any other tournaments that week will not count toward it. Based on the timing of this update, this should cover Origins. I expect it will also cover Gen Con. So if there are any divisions at Origins tournaments or Gen Con tournaments, it will be governed by this update June 1st. Speaking of Origins, I did check the event listing for Origins Game Fair concerning SRG Universe to see if there had been any changes to the Super Lucha tournaments. Nothing has currently been changed on the website. All the tournaments still mention Super Lucha. So we'll have to see when those changes happen. They may happen, they may not, because Super Lucha stuff may come in and they may run Super Lucha. We'll see. Right now, though, there's been no change to the events listed on the Origins Game Fair website. That's what I have for Virtual Grand Gathering. A brief Kickstarter campaign news update. The Kickstarter campaign for Supershow the Comic Issue 7 The Plot Twist recently closed. Some of the pledges included created content. SRG Universe is urging people to send in their created content forms for any finishes they're going to have created, to send in any information regarding what you want for your half page or full page spotlight in the comic if your pledge included that, and to let them know what competitor you want if you purchase have a competitor drawn into the comic pledge. If you made that as part of your pledge, send them as soon as possible what competitor you want to be drawn into the comic. The Kickstarter comic book campaign also included an add-on for a limited edition Champion of Kickstarter card. Every person that added the Champion of Kickstarter card to their pledge was entered into a drawing where the winner would be able to have a competitor of their choice put on the card holding up the Champion of Kickstarter belt. This past Wednesday, they added all the names to a wheel. They spun the wheel every time a name was chosen. It was eliminated. The last name remaining would be able to choose a competitor to put on the card. The winner of that was me. I am able to choose a competitor to put on the Champion of Kickstarter card. I did put up a poll on the SRG Super Show discussion group on Facebook, listing a number of options. Right now, overwhelming lead in the poll, put Ursus the Wrestling Bear on the Champion of Kickstarter card, holding up the Champion of Kickstarter belt. Will I choose that? I'm still thinking about it. I'm not sure yet if that's what I want to do. But it's definitely the favorite of the people as of right now. I will try to make that choice by next Wednesday because I know Steve Resk and SRG Universe want to get all of that information done as soon as possible so the campaign can be fulfilled as soon as possible. We have some information about sign-up promos. There's been discussion about doing sign-up promos and limited edition full art prize cards for your weekly tournaments. Monday Night Fights, Chibi's Thursday Night Fights, things like that. This will start sometime this month. Sometime in May, the Monday night tournaments, the Thursday night tournaments, potentially other tournaments, will have the option when you sign up there will be a drop-down menu. You can choose to have a random promo sent to you, or you can choose to have one of the monthly promos sent to you. For this current month, the first set of promos is going to be the stop cards that count as 2 cards when they're in play. In no particular order, it's the double chop, the smash into the turnbuckle, and the double knee buster. Those are the 3 cards that will be available as sign-up promos. The top 3 players in the tournament will be able to get a full art, alternate art card that's going to be a limited print run. There will only be 70 of each of these alternate art cards printed. The first 3 available will be High Impact Knee Chop, Legendary Acknowledgement, and Blindside Bombing. Those are the first waves of promo cards for weekly events releasing this May, sometime soon. Not sure if it's going to be starting this next week, the week after, but in May, these promo cards will become part of the landscape of weekly tournaments. Those are the main stories from this week. Some odds and ends I have. First, a little bit of sad news. The general manager for the 6-stop division, the division that covers the Deep Six Championship, the Judge Tim Riley, will be stepping down from his position as general manager of the division. He was a great Deep Six champion. He's done a good job as the general manager. Unfortunately, he just doesn't have the time to dedicate to running the division that he has in the past. And so, after Origins this June, he will be stepping down. No word yet who his successor will be. All I can say is thank you, Tim Riley, for your service as 6-stop general manager. Some product news. The new mystery boxes are going to have a lot of product added to it. There's going to be new product releasing in the mystery boxes, so watch that. The Supershow the board game, SRG Universe has received 3 of the 100 copies they are supposed to receive. We'll see what's happening with that. Right now, though, if you're interested in getting one of the board games, look for those to hit supershowthegame.com at some point. Of the new things that are coming out, there are a couple of competitor sets that have some issues. The 64-bit Casey apparently has an issue with the grapple finish. That's what I took away from the announcement on Talk of the Universe. The Refinery, I think Trio, has an issue with the Shining Cheetah. Something with the way it will interact with the Shining Cheetah finish may cause some issues. So we could see some changes, some erratas, some reprints to those. We'll have to see. But be aware, if you happen to get the 64-bit Casey, if you happen to get the new Refinery, there may be an issue with some of the cards that come with or can be used with those competitors. One last thing before I talk about the online tournaments and featured matches from this past week. There was supposed to be a match for the UCW Championship. Apparently, the foreman did not schedule that match with Brian Schmidt, who runs Sunday Night Fights, by a certain time. So, Brian Schmidt is going to be adding a stipulation to the next UCW Championship match. Don't know what that stipulation will be. He hasn't announced it yet, but he is invoking his right to add a stipulation to the UCW Championship match. And now let's talk about the tournaments and featured matches. I'll start Monday with Monday Night Fights, an Underworld Division tournament. 7 players signed up. Round-robin format. Each player played the other 6. The top 3 end up being in 3rd place, playing as Mayhem, Titan. In 2nd place, playing as Big Match Pete, Brian, wait for it, Schmidt, and the winner, playing as the Grand Pack version of Theo the Greek Neo, Ricky Riot. Congratulations to Ricky Riot on a hot streak over the past few weeks with Theo the Greek Neo. Wednesday, we had an edition of Wednesday Night Ignite on the Big Picture Premium Twitch channel. 2 Old School Open Challenge matches. The first match sees Rambo Apocalypse playing as Bronsberg take on the Hit Ref playing as the Heartbreaker. Standard singles match, doesn't go past crowd meter 0. The winner, Rambo Apocalypse. Congratulations to Rambo Apocalypse for the win. Second match, Rambo Apocalypse, this time is Noah the Boa, taking on El Hombre Cybernetico, playing as Quadruple H. The match also doesn't go past crowd meter 0. The winner here, El Hombre Cybernetico. Congratulations to El Hombre Cybernetico for winning the second Old School Open Challenge match. The final match of Ignite was an electrified steel cage match between the amazing VHS, playing as Wait For It, and Shaggy Shark, playing as Shaggy Shark. The electrified steel cage match, similar to a normal steel cage match, the difference is that when you hit a card with lightning or power in the name, the card has the additional text, your opponent buries 1 card from their hand, or your opponent's next turn roll is -2. Otherwise, exactly the same as your standard steel cage match. This match ends up going to crowd meter 1, the winner via escaping the cage, the amazing VHS. Congratulations to the amazing VHS for winning the electrified steel cage match. Later on Wednesday night on the SRG Universe Twitch channel, we had the captain's match in the finals of Faction Wars 6. Representing the Crime Wave, we have the SRG boss playing as Sergeant Yoga. Representing the Constellation, we have TVA Commissioner Drew Madsen playing as Jigsaw. This was a submission match. It did not go past crowd meter 0. In a very lopsided match with the SRG boss winning every turn roll except for 1. And that one only won because Drew Madsen used Spectacle. Rolling a 10 for the finish roll. The SRG boss. Just a very dominant performance from the SRG boss. Earning 3 points for his faction and catapulting his faction into the lead. As a result of the captain's match victory, Crime Wave leads the Constellation in the finals of Faction Wars 6. Now, that was as of Wednesday night. I do not have any information since then about what's happened. But as of Wednesday, Crime Wave was leading the finals of Faction Wars 6. Thursday, we have Chibi's Thursday Night Fights. Underworld Division Tournament. 16 players, group stages. 4 groups, 4 players per group. Each player plays the other 3. Top 2 records per group advance to the top cut. In the quarterfinal round, all of the matches were New York Rules matches. In the semifinal round, all of the matches were Psycho Circus matches. The finals match was a Liger's Den match. Your semifinalists were Ricky Riot as the Grand Pack version of Theo the Greek Neo, and Chibi as Chibi. Your finalists were Rowdy Ron as Maul versus the Starbreaker Trey Cantrell as the original version of Cyclone, with the winner, the Starbreaker Trey Cantrell. Congratulations to the Starbreaker for winning Chibi's Thursday Night Fights. Friday, we have 2 featured matches. The first, streamed on the Flame Fighters Twitch channel, was for the Ace Championship. The challenger, the Flame Fighter, playing as the Flame Fighter. The champion, Chugonomics, playing as the General Manager of Christmas, Santa Claus. Long match, but doesn't go past crowd meter 0. The winner at crowd meter 0, still champion, Chugonomics. The next challenger for Chugonomics will be Pride, playing as the Christmas tree version of the Cannoli. Congratulations to Chugonomics for a successful defense. It's going to be a good match, I believe, between him and Pride. On the Big Picture Premium Twitch channel Friday night, there was also a defense of the LFF Tri-State Tag Team Championship. The challengers, Jersey Fresh, Matty Bar 1 playing as Johnny Eldorado, and Johnny Eldorado playing as the winning ticket. The champions, young, smart, and financially stable. Elder Dan playing as the Screaming Dancy, and Wrench Monkey playing as Wrench Monkey. This was a long match. It goes to Crowd Meter 3. The winners at Crowd Meter 3, new champions, Jersey Fresh. Congratulations to Jersey Fresh for becoming the LFF Tri-State Tag Team Champions. After this match, the general manager of the LFF Tri-State Tag Team Division, Swaggy D, made some announcements about his Invitational Tag Team Tournament. There are going to be 12 teams in the tournament. The last two teams are the former champions, young, smart, and financially stable, and the tag team of the Influencer and the Norseman. The Influencer not happy about this, but he will be tagging with the Norseman in the tournament. There are going to be group stages in the tournament, 2 groups, 6 per group. Top 2 records per group will advance to the next stage of the tournament. Players have until Mother's Day to turn in their deck lists. Their deck lists must be T50 compliant. Those deck lists must be adhered to throughout the group stages. They will be able to change them once Top Cut happens. I don't know if it will change for each round in the Top Cut or just one time for the entire Top Cut. That's what we have about the LFF Tri-State Tag Team Championship. Saturday, there's a Tornado Tag Team pop-up tournament hosted by the Flamefighter. 4 players, round robin. Each player plays the other 3. Top 2 records advance to the Top Cut. Your finalists were the Big Guy as Big Money and Rambo Apocalypse as Twisted Aggression. Rambo Apocalypse went undefeated in the group stage. He does not go undefeated in the finals. The winner of Flame Fighters Tornado Tag Team pop-up event, the Big Guy. Congratulations to the Big Guy for winning the Tornado Tag Team event. Sunday, we had some announcements from the LFF Tag Team General Manager, Candyman. First, she reiterated that the LFF Tag Team Championship will be defended during Virtual Grand Gathering weekend. The champions, Colby Cram and the Grump, will attempt to defend the championship against challengers, the Real Beaters, TVA Commissioner Drew Madsen and Mr. Pollywood. She also announced that Sunday, Virtual Grand Gathering, there will be a tag team tournament. Now, I do not know if this is what the Players' Choice Tournament I mentioned earlier is going to be. If this is a tournament on top of that, we're still working out the details, but there will be a tag team tournament Sunday. She also announced a number of future contenders for the LFF Tag Team Championship after the match at Virtual Grand Gathering. Those potential contenders include the tag team of Ricky Riot and Jared Bridge, the tag team of the SRG Boss and Father Light, New Hotness, the tag team of the Goat Brock Smith and Ref Dave. Whoever wins the Grand Gathering tournament, I'm assuming that's the Virtual Grand Gathering tournament. And there are people with Master of Ceremonies cards who could cash them in for shots at the LFF Tag Team Championship. We also, Sunday night, had a schedule released for Southern Fried Gaming Expo. I'm going to give you that schedule right now. The schedule does not include new player events. These events are geared toward veterans of the game, but of course, new players could play in these if they'd like. Friday, June 20th, at 3 p.m., the Southern Fried Points Chase will begin. No details about what that is, but there's going to be a point chase over the weekend. Starting at 4 p.m., Laws, Wild, a Crazy Speed Rounds. I would assume that's wild and crazy speed rounds, but I will stick with the misspelling. The first round of that scheduled to run from, it looks like 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. At 6 p.m., the Southern Fried Underworld Tournament World Division will be booked, although their singles competitors legal subject to 2020 vision. This will run from 6 p.m. to, it looks like, 11 p.m. At 11 p.m. Friday night, Bell's Midnight Masquerade. Bump, flip, drink event. It looks like some sort of costume contest. Potentially after dark stories. And other things could happen. Again, I don't have any details on any of these events. Just the names and the times. Saturday, starting at 10 a.m., a 3-person scramble. You'll create a 3-player team. You'll battle all day Saturday to try to, I'm guessing, score points for your team. Again, no details. World Division, Underworld Division booked. The teams will also need to be T50 compliant, so no more than one element on the T50 list per team. There will be singles matches. There will be tag team matches. It's going to be up to the players in the scramble to work out when they play their matches. 11 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. Law's Wild a Crazy Speed Rounds Round 2. 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. This is Saturday, June 21st. The Southern Fried Tag Team first round. I'm assuming this is the preliminary stages. 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Law's Wild a Crazy Speed Rounds Round 3. 5:30 p.m. the registration deadline for Create a Competitor tournament. 6 p.m. until midnight Saturday, Create a Competitor tournament. The Hall of Fame list is booked, World Division booked, Underworld Division booked. That's Saturday. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., Law's Wild a Crazy Speed Rounds Finals. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., the Southern Fried Tag Team Top Cut. This is Sunday, June 22nd. 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m., the finals of the 3-person Scramble event. 2 p.m., the Southern Fried Points Chase that's been going on since Friday will end, so all the points need to be turned in, I'm assuming, by that point. That is the schedule for Southern Fried Gaming Expo taking place in Atlanta, Georgia, June 20th to June 22nd. Now on to Sunday night fights. 3 matches on the match card for Sunday night fights. The opening match is a triad match for a shot at the Underworld Championship, for the LFF Underworld Championship. These are 3 of the people who were responsible for promoting a competitor into the Underworld Division. Those were Bjorn the Norseman, playing as Bjorn the Norseman, the Centipede, playing as Brett the Metalhead, and Practicite, playing as Overdog. The match ends up going to Crowd Meter 2. The winner, in a good match, Practicite. Practicite, former LFF Underworld champion, will get a shot to become a 2-time, I believe, LFF Underworld champion. The second match of the night, a defense of the LFF United States Championship. The challenger, HR, playing as HR. The champion, Reverend Goodbrains, as the Brain still standing. Good match, pretty dominant performance by the champion. It doesn't go past Crowd Meter 0. The winner, still champion, Reverend Goodbrains. Congratulations to Reverend Goodbrains for a successful defense. The final match of the night, a defense of the LFF World Heavyweight Championship. The challenger, history-making Matt Pineapple, playing as Kenny Omega, accompanied to the ring by Kat Nealon. The headband champion received this shot because he won the PAX Unplugged World Championship Tournament late last year. The champion, Candyman Dan, champion with the Ikuso version of Fox Assassin. Standard singles match, it ends up going to Crowd Meter 2. The winner at Crowd Meter 2, still champion, Candyman Dan. This was a fairly even match early on, but I believe as time went on, the momentum shifted in Candyman Dan's favor. There was a stipulation that if Candyman Dan retained the championship via disqualification, he would have to defend in a triad championship match between Matt Pineapple and another challenger. That did not come into play here. Congratulations to Candyman Dan for a successful defense. After Sunday Night Fights, we had a few announcements. First, we have a winner of Faction Wars 6. The Crime Wave, who was in the lead as of Wednesday night, held on to the lead to win Faction Wars 6. Congratulations to the Crime Wave, first-time winners of Faction Wars. After this, we had an announcement of things coming up for next week. Monday, we'll have Monday Night Fights. It will be an Underworld Division tournament. We will also Monday night have a defense of the LFF Hardcore Championship. Split will challenge current champion the Italian Bombata in a lumberjack match. This will likely be streamed on the SRG Universe Twitch channel. Not 100% sure about that. Tuesday, Big Picture Premium Twitch channel will host Stacked Card, and then afterwards, the hosts of Stacked Card, the Starbreaker Trey Cantrell, and Commissioner Drew Madsen will be defending the house on the dojo, twitch.tv/SRG Universe. Wednesday, we'll have Talk of the Universe. After that, there will be a defense of the LFF Trios Championship. The frequent flyer will challenge champion Pretty Hair Piercer. Thursday, we'll have Chibi's Thursday Night Fights, expanding the universe. Friday, Candy Shop Talk on the Big Picture Premium Twitch channel. We'll have, among other things, the Stacked Card Challenge match. The Flame Fighter, playing as Peter Lionheart, will face Simple Chuck, playing as Matthias, son of Zeus. They will have to provide their deck lists to the hosts of Stacked Card before the match. That is what I have coming up next week regarding Super Show. For more details, watch the SRG Super Show discussion group on Facebook. Check out the listings for events on supershowthegame.com. With that being said, that is going to do it for this week's episode of the Outlaw Mudcast. I would like to thank all of you for listening, and good day.